Imagine waking up to find your favorite local store gone. No corner pharmacy. No nearby grocery store. No familiar faces behind the counter. Now, imagine it's not just your neighborhood, it's your entire state. Across the US, a silent storm is sweeping through communities. Retail giants are closing doors at an alarming pace. But why now? Is it the economy? Changing lifestyles? Or something much bigger at play? Today, we're diving into the 10 US states where the retail landscape is crumbling faster than ever before. Number 10, California. The land of innovation, sunshine, and now, empty storefronts. Once the crown jewel of American commerce, the Golden State is seeing major brands pack up and leave. In cities like Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco, chains like Walgreens, Nordstrom, and even Whole Foods are pulling out. The reasons? Soaring costs, theft, dwindling foot traffic, and changing shopper habits. Walk down Market Street today and you'll find shuttered windows where bustling shops once stood. Entire districts are morphing into ghost towns, not in some distant future, but right now. If a state with a $4 trillion economy can't keep stores alive, what does that mean for the rest of the country? Number 9, Illinois. Next up, Illinois, and the story here is centered around one city, Chicago. Once a shopping mecca, Chicago's retail arteries are drying up fast. Walmart, CVS, and Target have all announced multiple store closures across the city. In some neighborhoods, the nearest grocery store is now over 5 miles away. Parents are struggling to find diapers. Seniors have no nearby pharmacies. The closures aren't just about business, they're about community. When stores leave, trust erodes. Safety declines. Hope fades. And here's the real kicker: small businesses often collapse next, creating a domino effect that's nearly impossible to stop. If you're finding this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's changing landscapes. Now, imagine living in one of the world's most famous cities, where millions of tourists still visit every year, but for locals, everyday essentials are becoming harder to find. Where is this happening? Get ready, because New York is up next. Number 8, New York. New York, the city of dreams, and now, a city of disappearing stores. In Manhattan alone, nearly 1/3 of retail spaces are sitting empty. Big names like Bed Bath & Beyond, Rite Aid, and even flagship Starbucks locations are shuttering. High rent, rising crime, and the shift to online shopping have created a perfect storm. Even in the suburbs, from Long Island to Westchester, malls are struggling to survive. It's not just about buying shoes or grabbing coffee. Retail closures in New York affect jobs, housing prices, public safety, and local culture. Because when shops vanish, so does the heartbeat of a neighborhood. And New Yorkers are starting to ask, if it can happen here, where can it still work? Number 7, Oregon. Heading west, Oregon is facing a retail crisis that's reshaping its cities. Portland, once celebrated for its indie shops and vibrant downtown, is now grappling with record vacancies. In 2023, Walmart closed its last 2 Portland locations, citing poor business conditions. REI, a major outdoor retailer, left after 20 years in the city. Locals describe downtown as eerily quiet, with 4 lease signs replacing colorful murals. But it's not just crime or politics driving businesses away. It's an economic reset. As remote work grows and city centers hollow out, stores lose their customer base. The question isn't whether Portland can recover, it's how long it will take, and how many more stores will be lost along the way. Quick reminder. Tap that subscribe button if you want to stay ahead of these major shifts reshaping cities across America and the globe. Now, think of a state known for tech giants, innovation, and booming cities. Yet here too, the retail scene is collapsing faster than anyone expected. Number 6, Washington. Washington State, home to Amazon, Microsoft, and Starbucks, is watching its traditional retail roots wither away. In downtown Seattle, dozens of storefronts now sit dark, where shoppers once crowded sidewalks. Major brands are retreating, citing safety concerns and plunging sales. Even Amazon, headquartered here, is closing physical stores. In neighborhoods like Capitol Hill and Belltown, longtime residents say the change is shocking. And in smaller towns like Tacoma and Spokane, malls that thrived for decades are now half empty. This isn't just a phase. It's a shift from brick and mortar to online, from bustling hubs to virtual markets. And Washington is learning the hard way. Even a tech powerhouse can't save its old-fashioned storefronts. Number 5, Pennsylvania. Over to the East Coast, Pennsylvania is facing a quiet but devastating retail collapse. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg all are seeing major chain closures. In 2023, Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy and closed dozens of stores across the state. Walmart and Family Dollar are thinning their footprints, leaving behind retail deserts, especially in rural areas. In small towns, losing a pharmacy or a general store can feel like losing the town itself. And the worst part? There's often no replacement coming. Once a store closes, it's gone for good, leaving behind empty shelves and broken promises. Pennsylvania's story is a warning. When retail dies, the fabric of daily life can unravel faster than anyone expects. Before we move into the top 4, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you're finding these insights helpful. It really helps us bring you more on-the-ground stories from every corner of the globe. Now, imagine living in a state famous for lakes, friendly communities, and cold winters, and suddenly realizing your main shopping centers are shutting down. Number 4, Minnesota. Minnesota, often ranked among the best states to live, is facing an unexpected retail reckoning. In 2024, major chains including Walgreens, Aldi, and yes, even Target announced closures here. That's right, Target, born and headquartered in Minneapolis, is trimming locations even in its own backyard. Shopping centers from Duluth to Rochester are feeling the pinch. When anchor stores leave, so does foot traffic, and suddenly, entire malls start collapsing. For many Minnesotans, shopping used to be a community event, not just a transaction. Now, people are traveling farther, spending less, and wondering what's next. Minnesota shows us that no brand loyalty is strong enough to beat changing economics. This isn't just about empty malls or boarded-up shops. This is about the reshaping of how we live, work, and connect. Retail isn't dying everywhere, but where it falls, it leaves behind real people, real struggles, and real questions about the future. Whether you live in a bustling city or a quiet small town, these changes are closer than you think. Number 3, Ohio. Ohio, a state built on hard work, industry, and close-knit communities, is now watching its retail backbone weaken. Cities like Cleveland, Columbus, and Dayton are seeing a wave of store closures unlike anything in recent memory. Big names like Macy's, Best Buy, and even Kroger are either closing locations or pulling back expansion plans. In suburban shopping centers, it's not unusual to see 4 or 5 empty storefronts clustered together. And in smaller towns? Sometimes the only grocery store for miles shuts down, leaving residents scrambling for basics like milk, medicine, and fresh produce. Experts say it's a dangerous spiral. Once stores leave, communities lose tax revenue, infrastructure declines, and attracting new businesses becomes almost impossible. Ohio's experience is a stark reminder that retail isn't just about shopping, it's about survival. Number 2, Michigan. Moving north, Michigan, the birthplace of American manufacturing, is now facing a different kind of industrial decline, retail collapse. Detroit's revival story has been inspiring, but even here, the scars of store closures are impossible to ignore. Major retailers like Bed Bath & Beyond, Rite Aid, and JCPenney have shuttered stores across the state. In cities like Flint, Lansing, and Grand Rapids, malls that once symbolized prosperity now feel deserted and hollow. And the story gets tougher in rural Michigan, where a single Walmart or Kmart used to serve entire counties until they closed. Without access to reliable shopping, residents are forced to drive hours or rely on delivery services. If they can even afford it. Michigan's retail woes show that economic recovery isn't just about jobs or real estate, it's about having everyday essentials within reach. And right now, too many Michigan residents are finding those essentials slipping away. Number 1, Louisiana. And finally, at number 1, Louisiana. Known for its rich culture, vibrant cities, and incredible food, Louisiana is now battling one of the highest rates of retail decline in the nation. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, all are seeing major brands pulling out, sometimes leaving entire neighborhoods without a single major retailer. Family Dollar, CVS, and even local grocery chains are shutting down at an alarming pace. Why? A mix of economic challenges, crime, natural disasters, and a shrinking middle class have created a brutal environment for brick-and-mortar stores. In some parts of Louisiana, what used to be thriving retail corridors now look like ghost towns. Boarded windows, empty parking lots, and overgrown lots where malls once stood. For residents, the loss is about more than just shopping. It's about losing gathering places, community pride, and the small conveniences that hold daily life together. Louisiana's struggle is a wake-up call. When the heart of a community, its stores, its services, disappears, rebuilding is far harder than anyone expects. The retail landscape across America is changing faster than ever before. While online shopping, economic shifts, and global events play their roles, the real impact is felt right at home in our neighborhoods, our towns, and our daily lives. Will these communities find new ways to reinvent themselves? Or are we witnessing the start of a deeper, more lasting change to how and where we live? One thing's for sure, the story of America's disappearing stores is far from over. Stay tuned to Beyond Borders as we continue exploring the trends shaping our future. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.